Moving on in Genesis, we've seen that the brothers had come to Joseph looking for food the last time that we met, and they claimed to be honest men. Well, we talked about what Joseph probably thought about that. Well, Joseph goes on to interrogate them and treat them kind of harshly. He throws them in prison for 3 days, probably a testing out period. He brings them back, tells them that he is a God-fearing man, and tells them that what they must do. They had to bring back their youngest brother, Benjamin. They knew that that was going to be a tough job to get their dad to agree to that. And in verse 21, they start speaking among themselves, not knowing that Joseph could hear them. And listen to what they say. 21 of chapter 42 says, "Clearly we are being punished because of what we did to Joseph long ago. We saw his anguish when he pleaded for his life, but we wouldn't listen. That's why we are in this trouble. Didn't I tell you not to sin against the boy?" Reuben asked, "but you would not listen, and now we have to answer for his blood." This is significant because it tells us that they realized and understood that they had done wrong, that they were seeing their sin for what it really was and how they had treated Joseph. And maybe there was actually a turning in their heart. It actually caused Joseph to cry when he realized this, as it tells us in verse 24. "Now he turned away from them and began to weep. And so he tells them to go back and bring the brother. Bring the brother. But he does give them some food for their trip, as we see in verse 25. So we'll talk more about that tomorrow. But they realize their sin, and that's a important part for all of us, that we need to realize our sin. When we do wrong, confess it up. Realize that sometimes we do receive what we deserve for our sin, called consequences. Many times we don't, because of the grace and love of God. But in reality, when it all comes down, when life is over and we meet the Lord face to face, if we receive Jesus, we'll receive that grace and mercy. And we won't have to pay the penalty for our sins. If we don't, we will have to pay at Judgment Day. So keep that in mind. God bless you, and have a great rest of the day.